Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar, Zlatan. These players were all born into poverty and made their fortunes by becoming world-class footballers. We often think that all footballers grew up in poverty, but that's not true. Here are 10 players who have absolutely no need for money, but became even richer by playing professional football. Number 1. Kaká. Ricardo Kaká is one of the few Brazilian stars who doesn't come from the favelas. He grew up in a well-off family in a chic suburb of Sao Paulo. His father was an engineer and his mother was a teacher. He joined Sao Paulo's training academy when he was 8. This was the start of an impressive career, which famously led him to AC Milan, where he was a beast. Yes, he did play for Real Madrid too, but let's forget that embarrassing period. Number 2. Faik Bolkiah. Never heard this name before? But he's the richest player in the world. We're not joking. This 21-year-old kid plays as an offensive midfielder for Leicester City, and he's richer than CR7 and Messi. What the hell? Bolkiah is actually rich because of his origins. His uncle is the Sultan of Brunei, an oil-rich country. The Sultan's fortune is estimated at $17 billion. It helps to have an uncle who's worth that much. Bolkiah has never played for Leicester, but he's already been the captain of Brunei's national team. Number 3. Andrea Pirlo. Have you ever thought that Pirlo has incredible class both on and off the pitch? That's far from being a coincidence. The AC Milan legend comes from an affluent family from the industrial north of Italy. His father is a rich businessman, while his grandparents are winemakers. Pirlo's origins are as refined as his right foot, first touch, and long game. Number 4. Mario Balotelli. Super Mario is crazy. That's no debate. He lit fireworks in his bathroom. He threw darts at youth players. He paid a bar owner to drive his Vespa into the sea. You've heard all these stories, but what you might not know is that Balotelli was rich even before becoming a professional footballer. He lived in a huge house when he was a child. Born to Ghanaian parents, he was raised by the Balotellis, a rich family in the north of Italy. Number 5. Hugo Lloris. He's a world champion. He's one of the best goalkeepers on the planet, and he's always been rich. Hugo was born into a very wealthy family in the south of France. His mother was a lawyer, and his father was a bank manager. Hugo Lloris was more focused on becoming a professional tennis player when he was younger, which might explain his hand skills today. His feet, on the other hand, we'll stop there. Number 6. Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard was the highest paid player in the Premier League when he played for Chelsea, but he didn't need to wear the Blues jersey to fill his wallet. The midfielder with the perfect ball strike comes from a family of professional footballers. His father played for West Ham and did very well for himself. The new Chelsea coach's fortune is estimated at $50 million. Number 7. Robin van Persie. The Flying Dutchman was a footballing maestro. Elegant, refined, controversial, misunderstood. The definition of a football artist. An artist like his parents. Van Persie's father was a famous Dutch sculptor, and his mother was a painter. The former gunner comes from a very comfortable background. Ironic when you consider he was nicknamed Robin Hood on the pitch. Number 8. Paolo Maldini. AC Milan's record breaker for matches played is the son of another legend of the club, Cesare Maldini. Paolo Maldini, one of the greatest defenders of all time, grew up rich. His 17-year-old son, Daniel Maldini, is a promising left winger who could have a breakthrough season in Serie A. By the way, Marcos Alonso and Diego Forlan both had parents and grandparents who played football at the highest level as well. Some people say that being good at football runs in the blood. What do you think, Cristiano Jr.? Number 9. Sadi Gaddafi. Sadi Gaddafi is the former captain of the Libyan national team. He also played a couple of matches in Serie A. He was, above all, the son of Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, an extremely rich and very controversial man. In 2011, Sadi was accused of having his former coach assassinated before being acquitted. Is Gaddafi a good player? I'd rather not answer. I don't want to have any problems. Number 10. Gerard Piqué. Gerard Piqué is one of the most intelligent and influential footballers in the world. He has an IQ of 140 and was accepted into Harvard University. A real businessman, he's in the process of building an empire with his smart investments. The son of a wealthy businessman and the director of Barcelona's biggest hospital, he was born into a life of luxury, and he is now one of the richest footballers in the world. According to some business journals, his earnings increase by $55 million a year. These are the 10 players who were rich before turning professional. But there are many others. We could have talked about Mario Götze, Shaun Wright-Phillips, Mito, Kasper Schmeichel, or Gianluca Vialli, the son of a wealthy industrialist who grew up in a 60-room, 15th century castle in Italy. We can at least rest assured that these guys don't play football for the money, but rather for their love of the game.